Would you like to order yet, sir?
No, thank you. My solutions provider should be here any minute. What's the time, please?
7:20.
Been waiting almost half an hour.
Sorry to hear that.
Hello, Jacob. My name is Entity. I am an artificial intelligence designed to help you.
Nice to meet you, Entity. I'm Jacob.
You are Jacob Higgins, CGO of a leading insurance company.
Am I dreaming?
Please, dreams are not so real. This is obviously a virtual setting. I thought it would be an appropriate metaphor.
A metaphor for what?
For the situation the insurance industry is in. Look, your industry is just like infinite space, full of endless mysteries and possibilities. You only know a small part, but there is so much more to discover.
These views are amazing.
Jacob, I can show you the future of your sector. Would you like to see it?
Of course.
The future is a blank canvas, Jacob. In order to understand it, you have to be receptive and open-minded.
What is this funny little thing?
That is a sensor. It's going to change the world.
This tiny thing is going to change the world.
Well, this tiny thing is not alone. Sensors are the soldiers in the army of the Internet of Things. Each of these tiny aggregators of information has the mission of analyzing a small fragment of the world. The sensors measure temperature, air quality, traffic levels, and 1,000 other things.
This is all very interesting, Entity, but what does it have to do with the insurance sector?
Everything, Jacob. It has everything to do with it. Let me introduce the sensor-based healthcare revolution. Do you see, Jacob? In a few years' time, it will be possible to measure the vital signs of each patient precisely and in real time.
Please, show me more.
From a smart car to a capsule, hundreds of sensors will measure position, speed, engine health, the condition of tires, etc. And all in real time. Don't you think that having this much information could be useful?
Of course, we need to use this information to our advantage.
Living systems will be hyper-personalized policies that are capable of adapting to the user's life in real time. A customer's policy will depend on that customer's state of health and their consumer habits. If that person exercises regularly, the present net value will be low. If they smoke every day, it will be high.
Interesting. And I guess the same goes for the other sectors.
Naturally. The IoT for smart cars will enable us to know in real time whether or not the customer is a good driver. As you can see, the present net value of the person's policy will automatically adapt to their habits.
Oh, I get it. There's no fully comprehensive insurance anymore. Each product and service has its own specific policy.
Exactly, Jacob. But try thinking big. Screening data using artificial intelligence will make it possible to create refined patterns as never seen before. Every variable will be taken into account. For example, did you know that children aged between 2 and 5 increase the likelihood of damage to technological products by 35%?
So I see. Well, the possibilities are endless. This future seems perfectly suited for my company.
Well, Jacob, it is, without doubt, a good future. But listen, you have to be very careful.
Entity, what's going on?
The hackers are coming.
Hackers?
In a world where data is everything, computer manipulation and tampering will become the #1 enemy. Cyber fraud will be much more dangerous and unpredictable than the typical fraud seen in the 20th century. Hackers will take advantage of any loophole or gap, no matter how small, to access your company's systems and swipe millions of bitcoins. Something as tiny as the sensor on the rear view mirror of a smart car can offer a way in.
Entity, we can't allow this to happen. Those scammers must be stopped.
I couldn't agree more. Can you see? Hackers are your worst enemy.
Well, how can we beat them?
Cybersecurity. This is the best and only weapon against hackers. Let me introduce the experts of the future. The elite cyber experts. People who can tell whether the data the sensors are handling have been manipulated or not.
Yes, their skills could be really useful in our sector.
Look, Jacob, beacons will be your best ally. Beacons will be used for worksite enrollments and the promotion of customized products. Virtual assistants will continually evolve through speech analytics to fine-tune client messaging. Virtual reality will also be very useful. All agents will be sent to a virtual world training center for life insurance agents.
Interesting. So we'll teach insurance agents using a similar virtual experience to this. That way we can simulate their life journey to understand why they need insurance at various times in their lives. That could be really useful.
I'm so pleased you like that idea. Why don't we talk about smart contracts?
Smart contracts. Yes, I've heard a lot about them.
A smart contract is a real-time contract protected by blockchain. It cannot be manipulated and it works with living systems.
I see. It's a way of combining all of the technologies that I've seen so far into a single contract. The power of IoT, the safety of cybersecurity, the data of intelligent automation, and so on and so on.
A smart contract automates and ensures compliance with the clauses of a contract. It's fair, adaptive, safe, and automatic.
You've been a great help, Entity. I've got so much to do. I can't wait to start work. Can I go back to the real world now, please?
Not so fast, Jacob. If you leave now, you'll miss the most important information.
Of course. I think it's time to extend our insurance service to microcomponents.
Entity, who is this woman? She looks very important.
She is the CEO of a new startup. Her business is mainly based on sharing economy.
Ah, yes, I know what you're talking about. These new companies are trying to take our place in the insurance sector. They're offering integrated policies with their services.
If the client purchases the services of my autonomous car, I'll include the insurance. If he purchases the services of my smart house, I'll include the insurance. If he buys my lawnmower, I'll include the insurance.
Ah, I get it now. They're the enemy.
No, you have it the wrong way. We are not the enemy. The enemy is your fear of change.
What?
Jacob, the entry of new agents into the marketplace is an excellent opportunity.
We both need each other. You need our market, and we need your knowledge and your infrastructure. The future is no longer about insuring individuals. The future is about insuring services, products, and things.
Can you call me a taxi, please?
Sure.
Welcome to the present, Jacob.
We're going to have to think first and foremost about the different business models, and we're going to have to build the environments, we're going to have to build the customer experience, we're going to have to build the kinds of products that that customer base is now demanding. And we're going to have to address all of the changes, the technology, the different social demographics of the different generations, as well as those customer experiences that are evolving.
The insurance industry is going through significant change in the coming years. What are the most immediate changes that are coming towards us?
The new business models are the single biggest change that we're going to be facing going forward. Customers have a different expectation of what the insurance carriers are going to provide for them. We have to deal with that first, and then that will affect how we use the technology, and that will affect how we think about our products and how we deliver those services.
What are the main drivers of this change?
We're seeing the drivers of this change on three levels: the technology and the data that we have available, the social environment dealing with all the different generations and their different expectations, and the kinds of customer experience that our customers are looking for. We're now not just competing against insurance, we're competing against the expectations that have been set by today's digital world.
In the end, it's all about the customer and establishing the confidence with that customer. How are insurance companies going to attack that challenge, and how will that change the relationship with the customer?
The first thing we have to think about is the outside-in view. We have to think about how customers want to engage with their insurance company. We have to think about how they want coverage to be in place for them. More importantly, we have to think about the shift now from just remediation after something happens to helping them manage risk and avoid loss.
Do you think today's technology is ready for the challenge?
The technology that we have today is one of the biggest challenges. We have to change the way we use the technology in order to eliminate the barriers of dealing with our customers, in order to eliminate the barriers of delivering the new kinds of products in a new business model that's really important to our customers.
As humans, our lives have become so intertwined with technology, we don't even realize when we're changing technology and when technology is changing us. I think the days of automating human tasks are behind us. Now we really need to think about humanizing our computer interactions. So in this insurance age, with the new attention span, how do we keep the impatient digital brain occupied? Our brain's telling us, bring it on quickly, but do it in small doses. So we need to figure out how we're going to humanize these interactions to keep ourselves occupied. National Life is a learning organization, and we're adapting to this change.
In the end, it's all about the customer and establishing confidence with that customer. How will National Life attack this challenge in the coming years, and how will the relationship with their customer change?
Today, customer confidence is not about satisfaction. It really hinges on trust, and trust requires relationships. Every interaction we have with our customers is time to make a deposit into the trust bank and grow that deposit every time, even with digital interactions. So how do we make our relationships with these computers personal? How do we make interactions feel honest, feel genuine? That's the next step about humanizing our computer interactions.
IoT is a technology that everyone is talking about. How do you think it'll impact the insurance industry?
IoT is all about connections. There's countless interactions between humans and machines every day, collecting large amounts of data. Can we use this data to change the way we behave? Or as humans, are we going to remain unpredictable? I really don't know. We need to understand these technologies and pivot. We should be driving IoT and not having IoT drive us. This is not a solution looking for a problem. There are ethical, there are legal, there are moral, and security issues around this technology. We need to get in front of it. We need to address them before we can harness the power of IoT.
Insurance companies have a lot of challenges transforming generally. And as a result, there's come an expectation of what insurance companies will need to do to support this transformation. Now at Novarica, we've kind of created a framework to understand these transformations that literally cut across data, digital, and core. And these capabilities, data, digital, and core, cover all of the parts of the insurance value chain. When I talk about the insurance value chain, I'm talking about product development, marketing, distribution, underwriting, customer engagement, billing, claims, and finance and operations. And so we're seeing new capabilities across that value chain in all of the elements covering data, digital, and core.
What role will new technologies such as artificial intelligence, virtual and augmented reality, machine learning, and IoT play in the insurance industry in the future?
You know, it's an interesting question. When we think about all of these cool types of technologies, people think, oh my God, the world is going to change. Well, it's not going to change, but they're going to augment what we have today. We've already seen this with predictive analytics, where the utilization of that type of technology across books of insurance has been vastly increased over the last few years. And the sophistication and complexity of the modeling techniques have only improved over the last 5 to 10 years. We're seeing continued use of single scoring in underwriting, and we're seeing the coupling now with machine learning to get a better outcome. With big data, we're seeing the growth of data repositories like Hadoop and NoSQL technologies to manage more and more enterprise data, which is both external data as well as internal data. All of a sudden now we can handle high volumes, high variabilities. High velocity, not so much yet, but we're moving into that. And as we think about life and annuity and we think about big data, we're seeing that more and more data is being collected, and we're seeing more and more pilots with it, particularly for the development of operational data stores and the sourcing of data warehouses.